Hi, my name's Guy Arnold. I'm the author of Great or Poor, a systematic approach to the customer experience to make sure it is continually improving and very consistent and helps you build sales. Go the Extra Inch, a system to empower and energize your staff to continually build your business. And Sales Through Service, how to sell more in today's customer-empowered world through systems designed to delight the customer, build repeat sales, cross-sales, upsales and referrals and recommendations. So here's a short video on selling up and how to make it actually work. Because selling up, I think, is the single most powerful business process you can put in place. All of the great brands are fantastic at it, which is why they're great brands. And most independent businesses are really pretty crap at it. So here's a simple way to make it work for your business and to continually develop and use these ideas to continually grow profits. Now, what can you use this video for? Well, of course you can use it for self-development as you're using it now, but you can actually use this to develop your team. You can use this as a training video for your team, so please feel free to do that. It has got our details on it. Please don't take those off. Please forward it on to your friends in return and spread the word and spread our details, because if we add value to you, if you need any further help, you'll contact us. So if you need any help, please contact us. What do we offer when you contact us? Well, firstly, we offer 6 free ebooks: the 7 Deadly Sins of Sales and what to do about them, the 7 Deadly Sins of Service and what to do about it, the 7 Deadly Sins of Feedback, and that's a very important one because most people get feedback hideously wrong, and what to do about it, 7 Deadly Sins of Social Media, likewise, and what to do about it, 7 Deadly Sins of Leadership, and the 7 Deadly Sins of Management. So we'll send you those for free if you ask us. Sign up to our weekly top tips and emails and videos. And also we offer paid service. We offer fixed price coaching, we offer customer experience directorship, so we go into businesses and we work with the board to help them put these experiences, put these processes to work in your business and make sure they work. And of course we offer traditional training and mentoring and ad hoc support as needed. Now, on to the important stuff. Selling up. The first point about selling up is that I want you to change the name. Okay, so the video is titled wrong. It's not about selling up, it's about buying up. Now, customers love to buy. We'll love to buy. It's one of the most important leisure pursuits in the developed world. But everybody hates to be sold to. So please, from today, no longer it's selling up, it's always buying up. Okay, and we'll try and use those words in the video for the rest of the video. Buying up, not selling up. You know, talk to your team about how can we make the customer want to buy more? How can we make the customer want to buy more often? How can we make the customer want to talk about us more frequently behind our back for the right reasons? Very important use of words, because words are what the words you use, it depends on what gets done in and around you. So the maths here. First of all, the maths of buying up. Okay, and for the purpose of this, we'll use the example of a pub and use some simple figures just to make a point. So let's take a pub with 500 customers spending £10 a week, okay? And so that'll give the pub a turnover of £5,000, okay? Now, if, let's say, you could increase that by 50p, you could just get them to spend an extra 50p. Now, how could you do that? You could sell an extra pudding to 1 in every 8 people. You could sell an extra starter to the same number. You could sell an extra pint to 1 in every 6. You could persuade someone to buy a bottle of wine rather than a couple of glasses of wine. You could get someone to buy side dishes and all those sort of things. So there's a million ways you can do this, and there's lots and lots of examples of how to get it right, and we will talk about a few. But the point being that it would be really, really easy to get an extra 50p on average out of each customer, because most businesses, most independent businesses in the UK are appalling at this. They get it spectacularly wrong. I was in a cafe the other day, I was there for 3 hours and we had 1 cup of tea. So our bill was about £6. Now if they looked after us properly, that bill could have been easy well over 20. And it was the same for everybody, so good example there. Okay, now let's say you got extra 50p out of them, of course, so that will make the turnover 5,500. Let's say the gross profit, to keep the figures nice and simple, is 50%. This pub 1, makes, we'll call that pub 1, we'll call that pub 2. Pub 1 makes £2,500 gross profit, and pub 2 makes £2,750. Okay? Let's say the costs of running that pub this week, fixed and variable, are £2,000, just to keep the figures easy. So that pub has made £500 net profit that week. Now the costs here will stay the same. You don't need any more electricity, don't need any more heating, don't need any more rent, don't need any more rates, you don't need any more staff. You know, to get extra 50p off people, it's the same. The costs are exactly the same. So this £500 has now turned into £750. Okay? Now that is a 50% increase in net profit from 50p per customer. So why don't people do it? What is the issue? You know, you take that to the logical conclusion. 5 5s are 25. That's 25 grand a year profit for this pub. You know, and lots of pubs in the country today are making very little profit, and they're all complaining about how they're struggling to pay their costs and everything else like that. This one's 50% more, which is going to make it about 37, 38 grand. Okay, now that's more of a living wage. Okay, than that. When you put into account the amount of work and effort that goes into running a pub and the risk of running a pub. So just by getting 50p per customer extra, by doing a few simple things well, you can make a simple business much, much more profitable, because it all goes to the bottom line from a gross profit point of view. Okay, so how do you do this? Well, the most important point to make is you can't do it yourself. You can't be everywhere for all of your customers. Who do you have to rely on? Yes, of course, you have to rely on your team. Now, your team, do they love you and want you to succeed? They just can't wait. They're absolutely bursting at the seams to make everything fantastic for you? I don't think so. They've all got their own lives to lead. They've all got their own wants and needs. And they will not do this for you unless you empower and encourage them to do it. Now, the traditional way of getting people to do things is what we call carrot and stick. If you do it, you get a carrot. If you don't, you get a stick. Now, the problem with that is that it works. But it only works when you're there with the carrot and stick. What happens when you're not there with the carrot and stick? It doesn't work. And in today's competitive market, you simply can't afford to have two people on one job. It is ridiculous. It's commercial suicide. Yet still the majority of businesses in the UK still use the carrot and stick method, and they are completely nuts, and they will go out of business. You cannot afford that. You have to empower your people. Now, how do you empower your people? Well, your people are just your internal customer. So you use exactly the same systems for your internal customer as you do for your external customer. And in fact, your internal customer is so much more important than your external customer. So what's the first thing you do? You should customer focus mission. What do you want your people to say about you behind your back? Are you a great employer, or are you a bit of a dick? Are you a wonderful place to work where you're valued and encouraged and empowered and held accountable? Or are you just somewhere to get through to 5 o'clock for? Are you creating opportunities and energy and interest and enthusiasm? Or are you just paying an hourly wage? And the differences between the two is everything. Okay? The great businesses are the former, and the failing businesses are the latter. Okay, and it's critically important, and I can come into your business, I can tell you which one you are and where you are on that level. We can do an investors in feedback audit on your business, and it will cost you about 500 quid, and it is the most phenomenally powerful thing to do in your business. Look where you are on that scale and how you can get further forward. So get your customer focused mission right. Get your mission to be the best employer that they've ever had. Okay, that is my mission as an employer. Now, the second point is they have emotional needs. Their real needs are always emotional. What are their emotional needs? They have 3 emotional needs: trust, easy or better life, and attention. Everything you do has got to be filtered through those needs. All of your processes, everything you do with your team has got to be filtered through those needs. You've got to build trust with them constantly. They've got to trust you. You know, trust takes a lifetime to build and a minute to destroy. Critically important to work on trust. They've got to trust you. Second, easier, better life. You've got to do everything in your power to make life easier and better for them. Yes, of course you pay them, and they should do their job, but wouldn't it be better to make the job easier for them to excel at? Wouldn't it be better to make it easier for them to be excited and happy and and motivated and thrilled by their job rather than, well, I bloody pay them so they should bloody get on with it. Okay, come on. And thirdly, you know, they've got to feel like you like them. Attention, they've got to feel like they're worthwhile. They've got to feel they're doing worthwhile work. They've got to feel they're worthwhile people. They've got to feel that they are developing and moving forward with the business. And you do that through attention. The third one, attention. There's this huge human need for attention. You know, when you get, as a parent, when you come through the front door at the end of a day's work, what do your children want from you? It's not food, it's not gifts, not toys, it's attention. Attention is a massive, massive, massive human need. And if you give your staff phenomenally good attention, they will love you for it, and that's what you want. So how do you do that? Well, the third point is you go the extra inch. You continually work at your team on the inch-by-inch basis, daily huddles, weekly go the extra inch sessions, monthly appraisals. Don't get me started on appraisals. You know, appraisals are this huge system that works once a year, and it's total bollocks. Okay? Don't do that. Appraisals are going to be a win-win agreement for 10 or 15 minutes every month, one-to-one. That's the hugely beneficial way to do appraisals. So if you want information on that, we offer free information, free videos. Just contact us, we'll send it to you how to do appraisals properly, because 99% of people are screwing them up. Okay, so you go the extra inch in all those ways. That's how you do it, you go the extra inch. And lastly, what do you do lastly? Of course, if you want some results, you've got to have some measures. What are your measures of your internal customer and how much they love you? Yeah, and we can do an investors in feedback audit on that. That's very, very powerful. An internal customer feedback, customer loyalty, customer enthusiasm, customer engagement measure. Okay, you need some measures for that. We can provide some, and we can put you in the right direction for finding your own. And secondly, your selling up, your buying up measures. How you've got to measure this stuff. If you want this stuff to get done, you've got to measure it. It's no use saying to people, well, I think we should get extra 50p off people. Off you go. You've got to measure it. How many puddings did we sell today? Who did we sell them to? What was the average spend per head? And what was their feedback? Yeah. So this is the sort of stuff. You've got to have some simple measures, because what gets measured gets done. So there you are. That's all you need to do to get people to buy up more. And it really is simple, but the thing is, you just got to get started, and you've got to do it inch by inch, and you've got to have your measures. Okay. Lastly, while we're still on the video, some really great examples of buying up and how it works. You know, food and drink combos. Look at McDonald's. They're phenomenally good about it. Service and product combinations. So you offer a complicated product, offer a package deal with a service to install that product, or to continually service it or make sure it's happening well. You know, painters and decorators, I find it phenomenal. You know, painter and decorator comes to your house, they paint and decorate it, and they bugger off. Well, what about a package to say, for a fixed amount per month, we'll come back every 6 months and do touching up, and after 5 years we'll do another redecoration. Isn't that better? It's just so, people do business so appallingly, it is quite beyond me. You know, what about a wedding photographer with a repeat process every year? I mean, the possibilities are limitless. Okay, you just got to start thinking differently in the world. Okay, because the world is getting ever more complicated, ever more competitive, costs are rising, and margins are falling. You can't keep doing what you've always done, because you won't always get what you've always got, and that's the problem. You know, people say, "Oh, I don't always do what I've always done. I always get what I've always got." No, there's competition all over the world. I can get stuff designed in Timbuktu for $5 that would cost me hundreds of pounds in this country. So wake up, world. The world is hugely changing. We've all got to change with it, and selling up, buying up, is a critically great way of doing this fantastically. Okay, bounce back offers. You know, if you come on to our pub on a Friday, here's an offer to come back and have a great experience next Wednesday. Yeah, make your bounce backs, make your ideas, make your buying ups fun, make them fun and friendly. You know, people want to engage with you, they want to love you. And here's a great example from the British Institute of Innkeeping Licensee of the Year, who we were with yesterday. You know, she does a half birthday, so that she collects the birthdays of all of her customers, And then 6 months into she offers them a half birthday offer where they get a main course for half price, and she says it's phenomenally successful and hugely valuable and builds fantastic goodwill. Well, what a just a simple idea, and so great, so wonderful. And lastly, VIP clubs. This is a hugely underdeveloped and undervalued area. In this world of increasing choice, increasing complexity and increasing global competition, actually customers are looking for people to be loyal to. And you've got to, there's really some great ways to make customers loyal to you by offering VIP clubs and offering ways that people will get access to extra and VIP services by being loyal to you. And there's, some companies do this brilliantly. I mean, Tesco is a wonderful example of doing this brilliantly. But it doesn't have to be that complicated. You can do it very simply, and it's a great way of doing it. So there you are. Why you should put a buying up system in place, how you should do it, and some examples of it being done really well. I encourage you to do it. Get on with it today. And if you need any help, paid or unpaid, you know where to find us, and very good luck. Thank you.